Excited that you are tuning in at the Mindset Today podcast, where you will learn all the tips and tricks about how mindsets work and how you can get control over the mindsets and make sure that you own them and they do not own you. Hey there, Stephanie here, and I'm thrilled to launch the first episode of the Mindset Today's podcast. And in today's podcast, we are going to dive deep into the growth mindset. And a growth mindset is something that is really going to help you achieve more and really use your talents in a better way and acknowledge that you can learn anything you would like to learn. And there are many things and many mindsets and many roads we can take to achieve what we want to achieve, but the most importantly is really to implement the growth mindset. With the growth mindset, you see more opportunities, you are able to take on some more challenges, and also see if you have not achieved the goal how you would love it to be, that you will see more opportunities in really growing instead of feeling like a failure. So that is exactly what we're going to talk about in the first episode of the Mindset Today podcast. Okay, so let me explain you where the growth and the fixed mindset theory comes from. Well, Dr. Carol Dweck, she is a psychologist working at Stanford University in the USA. And for decades, she has been researching into the field of achievement and success, and has created the psychology of success based on mindset, the fixed and the growth mindset. And more nowadays we hear about having a good mindset, implementing a good mindset. They talk about a self-care mindset, a positive mindset. It's all over the place, and those are very important to implement. And in this podcast, for sure, we are also going to talk about those amazing mindsets and how to implement it. However, if we really want to go further and to grow more in our life, and it doesn't matter if it's your private life or is it in your career or in your business or whatsoever, implementing the growth mindset is really going to get you much further than where you are today. And I'm going to explain you how the fixed mindset and the growth mindset work and give you a couple of tips on how you can implement the growth mindset. Okay, so what is the theory of the whole growth and fixed mindset thing? Well, some believe that their success is based on just a born talent, that you have the ability to do something or you don't. So they said, for example, that she's a natural born singer, or I'm just not good at dancing. Things that they think it's just like that, and you're born with this talent or you don't. You're good at it or you're not. That is the fixed mindset. Others, they believe that success and talent is based on hard work, learning and training. That is the growth mindset. So they say anyone can be good at anything. Skills come from practice. That is the difference between a fixed and a growth mindset. So simply said, a fixed mindset are born talents. A growth mindset is that you can learn talents. So you might agree or disagree, or maybe you're in between. I was always a little bit in between. Like, I knew you could learn and that you could develop your talents, but I always was a little bit like, yeah, but some people are just better in other things. And that is true. So maybe you're going to play soccer for the first time and you're actually pretty good at it already from the first moment. But then you're like, oh, I want to do tennis. I'm going to play tennis. And you're going to try that out and you're actually just suck at it. Well, that doesn't mean that you're not going to be a good tennis player. and that you will be a good player in soccer or in football or in basketball or in whatever it worked for the first time. No, because the more you practice and the more you do, the better you will become in tennis. And maybe you're even going to be better at tennis than you are going to be in another sport where you were actually already pretty good the first class you took. You see where I'm going to? Michael Jordan hasn't become the basketball player we know him for because he was good right at the beginning. He practiced shot over shot over shot over shot to get that ball through the hoop. So it's all about learning. If Michael Jordan didn't have a growth mindset, he would have given up the moment that they told him that he was not going to make the team at the school he was at that moment. So having a growth mindset is getting you further, while a fixed mindset is actually holding you where you are right now. Having a growth mindset, so the belief that you are in control of your own talent and that you can learn and improve, that is the key to success. And yes, hard work, effort, taking action, and persistence is super important, but not as important as having that underlying belief that you are in control of your own destiny, that you can create the talents and that you can develop to become better in a specific talent. So that is actually the theory of the growth and the fixed mindset. And if you are super interested in this mindset theory as I am, I would really recommend you that. I'm not paying me for anything to say this, but I just really love this book, so I want to give you that resource to have a look at the book from Carol Dweck, Mindset. This is an amazing book, and it gives you also a lot of examples on how you can implement the growth mindset, how you can recognize the fixed mindset, and examples of people, how they implement their mindsets. And with a fixed mindset, we just hold ourselves back. No, I'm just not good at that. With a growth mindset, we just take opportunities. We're like, okay, I'm not good at that yet, but I will be. I will make sure I learn about it, so I will be good at it. If you have not already your notebook and your pen with you, now it's time to get those and start to make the notes that I'm giving you, well, the tips that I'm going to give you, how you can implement this growth mindset. If you're driving a car, if you're doing something somewhere that you're not able to write things down, then of course don't do it and just revisit this podcast episode later when you can. Just a quick tip, if you're making notes on your computer, your tablet, or your mobile phone, or whatsoever, and not physically writing them down, would advise you to switch that and physically write it down. Because we remember things way better when we really write it down old-fashioned way with a pen and a paper. So let's start with the tips that I'm going to give you on how you can implement your growth mindset. So the number one is acknowledge, embrace imperfection. Embrace those imperfections. Like hiding from your weaknesses means you will never overcome them. Everyone has weaknesses and just embrace them. Acknowledge that they're there, see how you could improve them, but especially embrace them. It's no harm to have imperfections. It's okay. Number two is view challenges as opportunities, and this is a really important one with the growth mindset. We need to take on a challenge. We need to see the opportunities, and don't only say yes to an opportunity or a challenge if you know you're going to be good at it, if you know that you are up for it. We learn so much more if we say yes to things that we're not quite ready for yet. I've said yes to a couple of things at the moment that I wasn't quite ready for it. But I was implementing my growth mindset and was like, I'm gonna figure this out. I know I can do this. Now I just need to put the effort in it to develop my talents to really kick some asses at this opportunity that I get right now. So having a growth mindset really means to take on these opportunities for your self-improvement. And then while you're taking on new challenges and just really take on the opportunities that of course are aligned with your values, your like, etc. Also, that's directly another tip, try different learning techniques. So every time you are needing to learn a new talent, it could be that how you've learned something before isn't working right now, and how someone is learning, it might not work for you. So there is no one size fits all model for learning. So develop your own way. What works for you? For me, one way works with one thing. It works to watch a course, and then on another topic I'm like, I'm losing track, and it works way better for me to learn from books. So have a look what works best for you. The other tip that I want to share with you is don't say that you are failing at something. And remember, if you make a mistake or if you call it a failure, remember that the event, the task, the project, whatever you were doing has failed, but that you are not a failure. But best thing to say, oh, that didn't quite work out, I'm still learning. Not I have failed. No, I'm still learning. See how much more positive that sounds? And it will motivate you way more. Please, if someone would tell me, oh, you failed, or someone would tell me, oh, you're still learning, that would sound so much more empowering. So also do it with yourself. Something else, if you're living your dream, if you're following your dream, and maybe not everyone around you is supporting you or really saying that you can do it, don't lose the trust in yourself with that. Stop seeking approval from other people. When you prioritize approval over learning, you actually sacrifice your own potential for growth. So it's more important to grow than have approval from other people on what you are doing. It's your life. You only need approval from yourself. And value the process over the end result. This is another tip that is super important. So if your goal is not how you would like it to be when you have achieved the result, then mostly we're like, oh, I knew I couldn't do it, and I'm a failure, and I knew this was just a dream that's just too far away from me, it's too high, I just can't do it. No. Look at the process. So, okay, you have achieved the goal, but in a negative way, as in you have reached the deadline, and the result of your goal or the result of anything, of maybe an exam or whatsoever, so you are at the end when you should have achieved something and it is negative, don't beat yourself down. Value the process. Don't ever look only at the end result. If the end result is negative, have a look at the road that you have taken and say, what could I have done better? And I will do better next time. And with this is directly my next tip. Emphasize growth over speed. Learning fast isn't the same as learning well. And learning well sometimes requires more time. And it just also includes making mistakes and do it again. We're so used nowadays, especially, that everything is quick. We want to have a new pen, or we want to have something new. We just go on Amazon and we have it within a couple of hours, or if not within the same day, we have it the day after. We're so used that we have everything quick, that we expect the same of when we're learning or when we're developing a talent or when we're creating our own business. We expect everything to be fast also. Nothing happens overnight. So emphasize growth over speed. And take time to also reflect sometimes. How am I doing? What can I do better? Am I really putting all the effort I can into this, or can I grow even more? Reflect. Take time to reflect. I reflect weekly. Every week I'm reflecting, okay, what have I done last week? How could I have done that better? Have I used my time wisely? Have I used my mind wisely? How am I doing? Reflect. It's okay to reflect, because that's how we learn, that's how we grow. Make sure that you learn from other people's mistakes. So have a look at the people that inspire you. So for example, for me, people that inspire me are Mel Robbins, Tony Robbins, or Marie Forleo, or Grant Cardone. I have a lot of people that inspire me. So I listen to what they say about the mistakes they have made, and I learn from that, so that I don't make the same mistakes. Learn from mistakes that people have already made. And just take risks. Growing actually means taking risks. Try things out. You made a mistake? Fine, learn from it and go on. And take ownership over it. Take ownership over what you are doing. If it goes wrong, and also admit to yourself if it was actually your fault, that you needed to put more effort in it, etc., etc. Most important tip, that's going to be my last tip. And there are so many tips on how to implement the growth mindset. I'm not going to share them all, so that's why I've chosen what for me are the most important ones to really implement your growth mindset. And this is the one I really love, and Dweck also says that this has become one of her favorite phrases. So whenever you see someone struggling with something, or when you struggle yourself with something, just tell them that you haven't mastered it yet. So use the word or the words "not yet." Hey, do you have your successful business already? Are you making those 6 figures a month that you are aiming for? Not yet. That sounds way more positive and motivated than no. No, because blah, 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 blah. And we're making up everything to like that it sounds better for the other person. No, not yet. Hey, I saw you bought a guitar. Are you already able to play it? And do you already know a song to play? Can you play me something? Oh, no, not yet. That sounds way better than saying no, or no, I just suck at it. Yeah, maybe you suck at it. If I will pick up a guitar right now, I will suck at it. I don't even know how to read music notes. I don't know. So yes. So I'm not good at it yet, because I'm going to develop this talent. So motivate yourself with using the word or the words "not yet." Try this out. So put these steps in action and take on new opportunities. And whenever you notice you are in a fixed mindset, when you're thinking, oh no, I'm just not good at that, or oh, that person has a born talent, whenever you are saying something like that, be aware of it and take control over it. Turn it out, or turn it around, not turn it out, but turn it around to a growth mindset. Implementing the growth mindset will get you where you would like to be. Staying in a fixed mindset will let you comfortably staying in the zone where you are right now. So take action, make a road to your growth mindset, and implement it daily so that you become who you want to be.